Filming?
Yep, let's go.
All right, Sweet Pea first start since February. Here we go. What's up, dude?
Easy peasy. We'll be driving tomorrow, folks.
Realizing that we're already out of time. Okay, we will see y'all in the morning. Good night. Hey there, mining. We are headed to go get some parts and a couple of little doodads in town. I can barely talk, if you can tell. Mainly from brain damage, but partially from...
Born that way and can't help it is the
yes,
other
sir.
part.
Thank you. We're going to grab a rear main seal. We got to go by the wall mall down there.
Yeah, get a little something, something.
And hopefully get like a jumpsuit so we don't have 90 weight packed in our crotch and...
Our hair.
Yeah, all that. And then we're going to grab a coffee. Golden Eagle from Dutch Brothers. Come on.
Hold the caramel.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Don't need all that.
No.
Just need that frozen goodness down here. Up in there.
Up in there. We're fixing to go get some coffee and go get to working on Sweet Pea their hands.
Woo,
But
doggy.
before we do that, you need to do this.
Woo!
Buy you one of these.
Boom.
We got a shirt with our truck on it.
That's right. Back road binders. Listen, y'all. We're broke. We flew all the way up here acting like we were some kind of ballers. Gonna make a YouTube series. And we were gonna be alright. And we're flat broke. I don't know how we're gonna pay for the Airbnb.
Yeah.
No one's kicked in the door just yet. But listen, we need you to buy as many of those dadgum t-shirts as you can possibly afford.
Pawn your microwave.
Pawn the microwave. Do me a solid. Pawn your grandmama's microwave. Go to bunkerbranding.com. Search Holden Brothers. Look for that Backroad Binders t-shirt. Buy you up all that credit card will possibly take.
Yeah.
Because we're just looking to get some gas money so that we can get out of here. All right? Now say a little prayer that all the rest of this works out. Otherwise, we'll be using that money to ride the bus home.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. And I'm going to leave you with a look of these here mountains yonder. Thank you. There it is.
Wow. What are them?
Them are freaks.
We need that gas money to get out of here.
Yeah, give me on. We just picked up, actually it looks like everything that we needed and then some. And I just want to take a second. I know this won't matter to anyone at all, but the dude, Bruce, that works the counter at Napa and Redmond, Oregon, that's a solid dude who knows what's up. That's why we love going to Napa. Thank you, Bruce. Really appreciate it. Plus, we also scored some old school used coveralls, which are gonna work perfect so that when we roll around under Sweet Pea, we don't ruin every pair of clothes we brought.
And we just pulled into Dutch Brothers.
How's it feel to be a
Feels good. Feels good. How did it feel riding this?
I can barely hold on. All right, y'all ready to rock and roll?
Hell yeah.
Woo woo! All right, we're back here at 406 Garage at Ben's place. Sweet Pea's chilling over there. We are making room in the shop and we're fixing to get after it. Y'all excited? We are. All right, this is our home for the next couple of days while we get Sweet Pea going. We got the water pump this morning and a rear main seal. We have a pretty decent list of stuff that we need to knock out today. The first thing is going to be jacking the Travelall up, identifying where the U-joint noise was coming from last time before we pull the transmission. That way we can get a parts plan for that. He's doing good. The main goal for today is well, those are also cool.
These are gonna look, it's gonna look so good. I literally can't wait. When we put these on your orange 1210,
yeah,
it literally was like, went from a $100 truck to a $10,000 truck.
Yes. We found a set of caps and shipped them up here too. So we're gonna make the center caps look cool. That might actually be one of the first things we gotta do. But we just gotta get after it. We're gonna have to show you what we're doing. Let's go, quit talking. God, did you buy a shirt yet? Bunkerbranding.com, Holden Bros, Backroad Binders. Let's go. Rep Tater Chip. Pump that trash.
Very graceful.
That's a pretty nice skirt.
Thanks, dude.
Is that a pantsuit?
Yeah.
That's like out of the Hillary Clinton collection.
One size fits all. This is Folsom County.
Yeah. Dude, that thing looks so sweet.
I'm a little big for it, but...
Dude, you look like you drive an international though. Bust it, dude. Bust it wide open. So this morning we were at Napa in Redmond and we saw like what looked like a rack that
Guys were like their personal uniforms.
Yes.
For the Napa guys or something.
So we walk up there, we're talking to old boy and we said, hey man, where can we get like a jumpsuit like what y'all have hanging over there? And he goes, well, those are for sale. We're like, oh, they look used. He's like, yeah, they are. We'll take $15 a piece. Bruh. 12er got blue. And I got green. But I'm not fitting to slide underneath the truck just yet, so you have to wait just a second to see what mine looks like. But
yeah.
Nonetheless, sweet score.
I'm pulling that tranny that Willie blew.
Wow, dude, cut. tell y'all something. All right, bud. That there, that's a heavy there, pal. Right there. I'm so glad that that is out.
Yeah, great job, dude.
Still gotta put another one in. Yeah, I mean,
Appreciate everything.
yeah, I did all the work basically, so I appreciate that. Yeah. So. Mm-hmm.
No, I think that's the harder part is getting that one out.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, go ahead on and no. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, I pulled the motor apart, and I don't think I filmed any of the part of cleaning and going back together, but I packed a bunch of this grease in the inside, cleaned everything out in the parts washer, reassembled everything. I've got grease on the tracks and all the stuff. I think this is gonna work. I had a little bit of a grounding issue happening on this, but I think with this tang bent out, it's gonna make better contact and make ground. So I'm about to see if it works or not. Okay, dude, here we go. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Here we go. Up. Nothing. Down. Nothing. What's wrong? Oh, the ground button. The duh. This button right here. Can you hold this from this side?
I can do everything.
And push that button right there.
Okay, that button there. I can easily
That
push.
yonder. That's it. All right.
The door's only 757 pounds.
Up and I go home. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Up. Okay, down. What?
Okay, get in your car and going home.
I had power back there earlier. What's the problem?
Oh. Hey, it's the guy holding the ground. Try that.
Who's your daddy, bud? Who's your daddy, bud? Who's your daddy here, bud?
You gotta push the ground this hard. Oh, it's so hard to push the ground. Look at my face. Great job.
We should put a hubcap on.
Okay, dude, you talked me into it.
This is in no way, shape, or form helping us to be done.
No, we need to put the we need to do the rear main right now, but okay, here's the real deal. We're starving to death. The wives, well, they're working, just not at the pace they need to be working. And so this here is basically like eating a cheeseburger once we see this on there, and it'll get us a little bit more.
Yeah, it's gonna make me feel a little bit better enough.
Hey, don't look.
Okay, hang on, I need it before.
Everyone's seen before, dude. Hold on.
Okay. Bro.
We literally just won the show and shine because of that.
Dude. Dude. That looks freaking awesome. The back looks super bunk now.
But wait,
One more?
there's more.
We got leaf springs to bring the back of this thing up too, but we're just trying to get it to where it'll drive first. God, it looks so much better with a hubcap. Borowski.
Dude. We need a little lift kit in the
That
back.
thing
dude.
looks freaking fat, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Great job. Nice find.
Okay, I'm still starving, but I think if I come out and look at it every couple seconds,
I can make it.
I can keep working. Trans mount's not even bad at all. Bro, those are jelly.
Okay, that's not strong enough.
Jelly.
All we need is the peanut butter.
Yeah, I bet that tastes delicious. Okay, fuel tank's out. Working on the fuel lines and stuff. Tailgate works. That's adjusted. Got the ground switch done. Motor's rolling. Drive shaft's out. Transmission's out. Whatever it is. It's outside because it was leaking. The new trans is sitting over there in the corner. We had the valve cover off and back on. We think we might have fixed the oil leak that we had there when we pulled in. The remain seal is out. The trans mounts are out. The cam tunnel seal on the back of the block was leaking, which is like a flat plate. So I don't see any gasket material. So it might be like a beer box or root beer box or whatever we find laying around here.
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. and I think we're going back together. I don't think we're taking anything else apart at this point, unless it goes wrong and we're not expecting it. And eat some lunch. It's 2:30. We started.
After 3. It's after 3. It's after 3.
Okay. What time did we get here? 10. We started working around 10.
Yeah.
10:30. It's a little after 3, so we're 5 hours in. We're looking all right. We're not bad, I think.
You can start filming right there. Yeah. Right. I'm gonna get one take of that.
All right, the training's going in, and then we're gonna work on the transmission over here.
Yeah, 2 different types here. Yep, fun in the sun, brother. We got
And from the tools that we had, it seemed like it was gonna be easier to do on the ground, and that was probably incorrect.
Well, it's not that. It's the fact that we have to multitask. And either I can watch you work and then you can watch me work, or we can both work.
All right, well, we thought we were gonna be moving forward, but we just found some new stuff. This up here is, yeah, this is broken in half. This has been welded together.
This has been welded over here and broken again.
That's broke all the way. So the transmission cross member,
An engine mount, kind of.
yeah, all the weight is being held. Can you shine it up here again,
Yeah.
right underneath? Yeah, you can see right up in there. That's broke all the way through. And it looks like this is probably cracked on the back side of that weld. So anyway, I don't have really a choice but to pull the transmission back out, and if we get really lucky, we can weld it in place. Otherwise, I have to pull this cross member out and weld it and then put it back in. So anyway,
All is good around here.
Yeah.
It's just some work.
super great. We got tonight and tomorrow to be done. Here's a better look at what we got. That's broke all the way through, across through the top, and so is that. That's broke right in there. So gonna have to weld that up. In an effort to try to haul ass, we did not film welding this back together, but we were able to get it. You can see, I think you can see part of that. Where's the weld at?
It's not pretty.
It's not pretty, but we got it. Looks the same on both sides. Trans is pulled up tight to the back of the engine. Doing my best to try to show that. Can't see though. It's hard to see under there. The camera's just like we're running into stuff. You have to trust me. Transmission is going in, and the girls are on their way back. They had to go to Napa to get a plug for the bottom of the fuel tank because I forgot to send that piece, and a couple of brass adapters so that we can adapt to the fuel selector switch so that we can use both tanks, because the factory lines that are on this are extremely rusty and old, and we don't have the time to do like a rotisserie restoration on this thing. Let me show you a little bit about what the underside of this truck looks like, so you can understand what we're dealing with. See this here? That there'd be missing there. That back there, that's gone. This here, Yeah, that's seen better days. So, you know, we're dealing with rusty truck. Pretty rusty. Even for an international. You got, you know, that's all gone. The other side's kind of the same way. Floorboard's pretty shot. The cow's got a little rot. Quite a bit, actually.
You know what that means, though, right?
What's that?
All that rot.
What's that?
Power to weight.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Our power to weight is
So
good.
if we see
Yeah,
another
yeah.
69 Travelall on the highway,
We ought to be able to fender him.
we might beat him.
Judging from what I've seen, we're about 600 pounds light. Rust in my eye. Okay, back to work. Get your spirits up. In an attempt to make this not leak gas, we've got a ferrule, gently used, a chunk of 1/2-inch air line so that I can put it in this 1/2-inch compression hole. Got it trimmed down. This is gonna sit in here, and the air line is just to keep the ferrule centered and from collapsing. Then I got a piece of quarter pipe plug that I didn't have a quarter pipe tap, so we crammed it in there, and then JB welded it because the thread engagement on the outside is like super minimal. And then we have this, which was like a 1/2-inch nut. I'm gonna thread this down on here. We're gonna call that good until that leaks gas. Looks great, dude. So y'all say a little prayer. And our fitting just clears. All right, where you at down there, 12er?
I'm trying to put the drive shaft on.
Yeah.
Getting my arse kicked.
Getting the arse kicked, are you?
Yeah, it's like the math between here and here,
Yeah.
and enough for here and here.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna look at it for the 9th time.
Okay. I'm gonna go tell these people what I was doing. All right. Got the filler neck deal figured out, and I'll tell you all about that later because I got to fix the front filler neck up here, but found a cool, interesting way of fixing the filler neck if you've got a saddle tank on a Travelall or you have a fender fill like on a weird year like this is 69, 70 is different than the 71 I have, so you've got different stuff. Sometimes it's hard to find the hoses for, but I'll show you that whenever we go to do it. Sending unit is in the tank. Got the sender hooked up, ground wire hooked up, capped the vent lines up on the top. I'm coming out of a 5/16 bib right now with a 5/16 to 3/8 reducer and going to 3/8 line, which I've got to run. I'm just going to chase down the factory lines all the way to the front. I rebuilt the selector switch earlier. I don't think I showed you all that either because when you're working it's hard to do stuff and talk. So that guy's installed. See the brass fitting hanging out, that's brand new. Got 3 new of those, quarter to 3/8, quarter pipe to 3/8 bib. And we're gonna tie in this 3/8 line. So I'm chasing the factory fuel line, same way from the factory. These come out of the tank, run across here, down the frame, and up to that selector switch. So I'm gonna do that and zip tie it to it because we're just, you know, a lot of this stuff's temporary to get home anyway. And then I'm going to take the poly tank from IH Parts America that is installed and currently the only one plumbed chop that line, tie it into the other side of the fitting, and then where I cut that line, I'm going to take the other half and plug it into the output side, and I should be done. We swept the knob on the dash in there earlier, and the selector switch is moving. Got new O-rings and the gasket in there. We should be good. And hopefully we'll be cruising around tomorrow, seeing how it does. And if all goes well, we'll be pulling it back in, putting it on the lift, and swapping out the tired old rear leaf springs on this thing for a set of 4-inch over 73 to 87 Chevy springs, I think is what they are. I don't know. I'll look and tell you tomorrow when we're doing it. But yeah, I didn't want to get too much further without telling you we were working on stuff, so try to bring you all along for some of this. It's kind of boring, but whatever. Let's get back after it. Okay, this is the first fire on the new trans. Hopefully.
And new fuel lines.
Oh yeah, and fuel lines and stuff. So I'm gonna see if it just sucks a ton of air. Gonna try to push it out of the shop here and try to keep from choking to death on 1969 emissions. They smell great and all, but
Yeah, my favorite emissions.
I hadn't eaten much this morning, so I don't want to projectile vomit.
It should drive back in.
All right, somewhere right there. Okay. New trans mounts. Hoping for not a bunch of weird noises and stuff that works.
There you go.
Okay. Oh yeah, sound good. Hang on. I don't know if that starter is.
Starter was new, apparently.
I don't know. I wish I knew what it was that slapped around as soon as it started every time. Pump it. Realizing that we have no gas.
Doesn't run very good.
No, it doesn't. So we're going to push it back in and just work on the rear springs. So I'm going to see how this goes. We have 4-inch overstock GM springs, and we're hoping to delete the block and sit at what should have been around factory height.
Which is like a 2 or 2.5 inch block.
Yeah. So hopefully that works.
And that hopefully that brings that up 2 inches.
Yeah, because we're
lots
sitting
of 2s right now.
We're sagged out hard right now. So we're going to try to get that done while we wait on the girls to get back so we can get some gas and then top it off, get it fired up, see if the trans works.
Yeah, we still don't know if the transmission works, which is really the most important of all.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that last.
Yay. All right, well, the U-bolts are the wrong diameter. Those are 2 3/4, and this is a 3-inch tube. So we just found some in Redmond for $200 for 4 U-bolts.
And when we say find, Willie means they say they have the right ones. So we're gambling all in and cutting what works currently in hopes that when the girls show up, they're the right ones.
Yeah, because right now when this thing's sitting down, it's like almost on the bump stop. And plus we still have all of our gear and the girls to put in this thing.
Extra weight, yeah.
So, yeah, this is a big gamble. So whatever you're doing right now, go ahead and pray for whatever is happening next here, which is actually in the past. So go back in time and help me.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Had a good time?
You know, there's only a few things that were better than this in my life.
Yeah.
And one was the last time we were here, and now. Those would be the two greatest,
Achievements you ever had?
happiest times.
You should check out where I'm at right here. This is so good. I was trying not to ruin this strap, but if you see the floor itself, well, she's pretty loose anyway, but I'm trying to cut me a hole there. Hey there, bud, how you doing?
I'm right here, I can see.
Okay. Yeah, so I had to drill me a couple holes in this here and stick my screwdriver in. I got it wrong here, but this other one is gonna go through, and I think that's going to line up. Actually, hang on. Here, let's hand you the camera.
Hang on, I need tetanus.
Here you go. Does this fit right down through this hole?
Let me see.
Yep, there you go. So there's the center line of my hole. When I cut that out, we should be able to get the bolt out and through there. I think.
It's so cool that we can see each other on the inside and the outside.
Only vehicle ever made like that.
Looking good. I've got some leaf spring bolts that right here that, well, they're tighter than Dick's hat band, son. And all right, well, I'm gonna work on getting that out. Thank you.
Okay, got that knocked out, and that should be lined up with that bolt right there. Cool. Make it bark for me, boy. Do it. Yeah. Dude, the one right before that was epic. You could hear that thing sounding like a freaking male seal in heat. Come in a mile. Oh. There's no way that's gonna work.
Hang on.
Yes! I love when it looks like you're gonna die, but it's working.
It's going great over here. It's a couple old dogs.
In pantsuits. Just giving her hell.
Couple old dogs here, eh?
Okay, so the trick on the filler necks on your G series trucks is to go to IH Parts, order that part number, which is a filler neck for a C series. That's how they have it labeled, and it works for the fender fills and for the rear tank. You just trim it to fit. So you've been trying to figure out how to fix your fender fill rubber and your suitcase rubber. Well, thank me later.
All right, so we got this thing fired up. Well, they got our fuel tanks hooked up, and so far we're running off what, the front saddle tank.
Yes.
We're checking our transmission fluid, which so far we have reverse.
Still low.
Still need to add some.
Just check the fluid level, and it's on the stick, so this will be hopefully the first ride without a bunch of really not good noises coming out of the trans. Had a leaking brake line that we just tightened up also.
I'm really hoping it's all good because this is what we got.
Yeah. Was it vibrating?
I don't know. I feel like I need an engine mount still. Oh, I didn't mean to open the gate.
Die?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on.
What do you think?
So, a couple things happened. We let the battery die on the camera. We left the charger at our Airbnb. We finally found a charger that will work. Charge this thing back up, but we've done a bunch since that last drive. So when we got back from the drive, or when we were on the drive, we realized that something was definitely terribly wrong. And the intermediate shaft that goes from the back of the transmission to the transfer case, because it's divorced, this thing is bent. Bent badly. And we paid several $100s to have these guys go through these. This is in February. That was the intermediate shaft, the front drive shaft, and the rear drive shaft. And
They didn't do their job.
no,
It's
pretty
as simple as that.
pretty disappointed because the yoke in the back, we're having to drive with what we got. We have U-joints that are loose in the yoke. That's just, I don't know. Either somebody was told not to mess with that or somebody wasn't paying attention. But we're having to roll with that. But that drive shaft was absolutely trash and it was shaking the entire truck. It was something we dealt with earlier. And in fact, if you watched the last video, when we left, it sounded like we had a dry U-joint. Well, that U-joint, that was a cap spinning in one of the yokes and it was dry and the drive shaft was bent. So we dug through everything that Ben had out here in all the parts trucks. Thankfully, he's got like 5 or 6 good parts trucks and like 15 other trucks here. Found a drive shaft, bolted it on, took it for a cruise. We got this thing up to 55 miles an hour and it felt all right. We smelled some motor oil burning, just a lot of stuff. Again, first time to ever really have this thing out on the road. So we came back, we buttoned up as many things as we can because we're running out of daylight. It's about 45 minutes until it gets dark here. We're supposed to be leaving tomorrow morning. It's headed south and we're a little bit behind schedule. What?
We're going to leave tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we're leaving tomorrow morning no matter what happens at this point. But we have all of our stuff packed up. We consolidated as much stuff as we could into the boxes that we could. We got a spare tire in here, got a fuel tank, box of tools, radiator that we didn't even swap, brand new aluminum radiator. I got a water pump, hoses, all kinds of stuff sitting down in here, the old distributor that came off of it. So we've got some stuff there in the event that we do have something fail. Some other miscellaneous stuff and all that. And we're fixing to go cruise this thing around just a little bit. So Steven was checking the T-case fluid. We didn't remember if we'd ever checked that or not. It's good. It's about time to go, folks. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty nervous about it. But I think it's gonna be okay. We told the girls we'll meet you at the Airbnb because they were talking about bringing us something to eat. So they know that we got something going. But hopefully they're excited when they see us roll up in this thing over there at the house and get them to follow us around here tonight. We're gonna have to drive it at night. What better time to break down than at night in the middle of the desert? Perfect. So we're gonna go cruise around and hopefully it stays running and stays together. We're gonna take y'all with take y'all with us this time though, because I have a full battery. Okay guys, I think we're saying goodbye to 406 Garage.
Yeah, and we're taking Sweet Pea this time.
So, it's been good. Let's hit the road. Alright dude.
Sound heavy.
It is, there's a bunch of heavy stuff in the back. Our tires are bouncy. They got flat spots on them. So that's gonna take a little bit of driving before that eases up. It's got a couple of smooth spots and it's got a couple of pretty rough spots, so. Second. Come on, third. There it is. Running about 50 miles an hour.
It already feels smoother.
It does. Alright, we're meeting the girls at the Airbnb and doing some night cruising.
Here we go.
Okay, we've made it to a little town called Tumalo, which is 7.5 miles from Ben's.
Pushing out a little bit of oil on the dipstick.
What's this right here?
That's the fan blowing oil out that dipstick tube.
Okay, so we gotta do something about that. That's what all this is.
That's what all that is, exactly. Oh yeah. We're dripping oil, bud.
Definitely dripping a little Earl. Got a little back there. I don't know what that is back yonder. Other than that, didn't do too bad. We were able to run 55 miles an hour without much trouble at all. So the tires are really, really bouncy. And mainly the tires are really bouncy. That's the main thing that we're dealing with. But other than that, this is the first time filling up the rear tank. So about to see if this leaks gas or not. Moment of truth, here we go. See if the JB Weld air fitting worked or not. Please God work. The good thing is that if I have a leak, I can see it. I don't see anything leaking. Even though those rear shocks are blowed out, dude, they did make a difference.
They help for sure.
So mainly blowed out shocks still works better than nothing. I can attest to that. Okay, well, 18.4 gallons in that thing. You're gonna find out.
That's the first time ever using that, so.
Come on, Sweet Pea. All right, now we're gonna fill the front tank. 25 gallons of gas later.
Yeah, plus the 10 we put in at Ben's.
Yeah, so it looks like we're gonna hold somewhere around 35 gallons. If we can get roughly 10 miles to the gallon, that'd be good.
That would be great.
Be nice to get 300 miles out of it because that was $100 and something bucks to fill it up. So, okay, 7 miles back. There we go. Okay, well, it just died. So we're pushing it off into this parking lot right here. Hopefully, it'll keep rolling.
Come on.
All right. Hopefully we can work on it over here, figure out what happened. All right, cool. Great, let's see what that's all about. Okay, so wiggled some wires up there, the bulkhead connector at the firewall, both of them, and it fired up.
And we picked up coolant temp.
Yeah, now the coolant temp gauge works, so. Oh, it's stressful. It's stressful, but it's gonna be all right. I think. Maybe not. It just died?
Yep.
Okay, never mind. Back to work.
In a worse spot.
Does the coolant temp gauge work?
Looks like it's on. I can't afford to have my headlights
it's
on.
way low. So, all right, I'm gonna get out. When that gauge works, it's gonna run.
I'm gonna leave the headlights on.
Well, we made it back to our Airbnb, and we think we've got it pinned down to the connection that comes through on these trucks down by the gas pedal. There's a connector that
Through the firewall there?
Yeah, through the firewall that runs like your coolant temp sensor and your ignition and a bunch of stuff. The charge wire that runs into the ammeter to give power inside the cab and all that stuff all runs through there. And it's a little bit warm to the touch, and it's oily and it's nasty, and it needs cleaned.
Yeah.
So wiggled it and it worked. So we made it back here. So we're going to go get some shut-eye, come out first thing in the morning and try to wiggle that around and clean it best we can, go to town, get a few tools, drop our rental car off, and then we're jumping off the cliff, guys. That's what we're doing. We are either screwed or
we'll be in Grass Valley in a couple days.
yeah, that's where we're at. Pretty incredible. It does feel like a truck that's gonna make it.
Yeah.
This thing is rusty. If
This thing's a pile of that's what this thing is, and we're gonna make it home.
yeah, it's a good looking truck, but it needs a bunch of sheet metal repair. And dadgummit, I hope the body just stays on the frame long enough to get my sorry ass back to the house. Us and the wives, and have a decent little time on the way. So that's it for today, folks. That's it for tonight. We'll see you in the morning. Thank you.
Nighty night.
Yeah, bye now.
Sleepy tight. Good morning, folks. Welcome to
Beginning of the end.
welcome to the beginning of the end. I'm your host, Steve, and here's Happy Will. Look at him. Look at the happiness. Today's gonna be a good day.
Dude, we've had nothing but good times. No, this thing has fought tooth and nail in every way humanly possible and is continuing to do so. But the good thing is that most of the electrical on it is all original and wants to break. The tools that we have are like my first toolkit when you turn 10.
Okay.
The bolts are so rusted and tight that they all want to break coming loose. And I need to clean all that stuff and touch all of those things and have them come apart and go together without a problem. Okay? Otherwise, we're gonna have other problems.
After that, we're loading her down. We're loading her down and we're headed down. So, yeah, we're headed to Mount Shasta.